When we get to the point where we can have merch.
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 That'd be crazy. We get a cut because we're the stars?
Nah.
What? Yeah, this is my retirement plan, man. I'm gonna be working until I'm 80. I forgot we might be doing this, so there's no product in my hair.
It's okay. My hair's a little messy.
What's this show called? Oh yeah. Hi, welcome to Days of Our Eyes. I'm Dr. King.
And I'm Dr. Cha.
Today, we're going to be talking about refractive lens exchange. That's a big long word, isn't it? What is it? Who's it good for? Why would you do it? Stick around, we'll let you know.
All right, so first question, what is RLE?
You want to handle what is RLE?
Sure.
Okay. See,
So
I'm going to
RLE.
make you talk.
Yeah. RLE, the initials for Refractive Lens Exchange. Some people call it Clear Lens Exchange. It boils down to cataract surgery without having the actual cataract. I don't know how you talk about it with patients in the rooms, but I bust out the camera analogy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I do the camera quite a bit.
When you look at a camera, you know, that front lens, I guess you could call it. And so our eyes have a couple different lenses in the front. The front part being the cornea. We talked about that in the past. This is where contact lenses go. This is where LASIK, PRK, those kinds of corneal refractive surgeries are done. Mm-hmm. Right behind it, behind the color part of your eye, which is called the iris, is a lens, an actual lens. That's where I guess every other lens gets its name. Mm-hmm. It's called the crystalline lens. When you get glasses or contacts, traditionally, we set you out so that your vision is clear and comfortable out in the distance, and then that lens changes shape so that you can see closer and closer and closer. That's our accommodative system or focusing ability. When we talk about refractive lens exchange, we were actually removing that lens and replacing it with a brand new lens.
Right. I mean, that's the basic of what an RLE is we're literally exchanging your natural lens for a man-made lens. Why would we do that? Who needs that? So a lot of us have spent our life wearing contacts and stuff, couldn't quite get up the money for LASIK, wanted to correct it, but we've been working, we're more successful now, we're later on in our career, now we're needing bifocals. Our lens can no longer help us focus up close. That's when it's time to start talking about refractive lens exchange. Because in the other procedures, we can only do monovision, one eye distance, one eye near, because nothing's flexible. Not everybody's brain can adapt to that. My brain can't adapt to that. It's just not happening. I've tried. So it's folks that are further along in life. We like you to be, around age 50 or so. Now the lens is a little softer. It's a little less struggle in the eye to get that lens out.
When the lens goes in our eye, does it move like the natural lens that we have already?
No, they tried some of those. So far they haven't found one of those that works right. These lenses use a couple different things. We have what's called a true multifocal lens that has zones or rings of vision, and it's a simultaneous vision design. What that means is that it's focusing the distance and the near. It divides the light up. And your brain neuroadapts. It learns to tune in for distance and intermediate and near. That particular lens gives us the most near vision that we can have. So that's a great option for folks that spend a lot of day up close, folks who do a lot of crafts and things like that.
When I get nervous, I do embroidery.
Mind you, these are man-made lenses. They're not perfect, but they're better than, when you're stuck and you can't see anything and having to put on glasses for everything. The other way of doing it is using a lens that has extended depth of focus. It has a range of vision. It uses some optic magic, I call it. It's aspheric optics. That lens we can actually put in the eye, then fine tune it with a light delivery device and create a range of vision. And we can take the two eyes and set them so that it's blended. So one eye sees a little further out, but one eye sees a little closer up, and it creates a binocular range of vision that is pretty great. Doesn't get you quite as close as the multifocal, but it gives you fantastic optics great night vision, fantastic computer, and you can still read a text on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
So those lenses work great for a lot of our digital people, you know, because it gives you this fantastic range and clarity.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're really picky, that's a nice lens.
Mm-hmm. Right, right.
I've babbled a lot.
No, that was good. I mean, since this is kind of the one time in your life where you can kind of cash all your chips in to really set your vision, we also, you know, like with any refractive surgery, we make sure that the eye is healthy from, you know,
Right. Front to back.
Yeah, tip to tail. I think is what they call it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So can people still, they can't develop cataracts once the lens is gone? Like the lens doesn't grow back, does it?
No, the lens does not grow back. We've removed it. As with any lens surgery, though, when we do this, it's like cataract surgery. Your natural lens is held in a bag called the capsule.
Mm-hmm.
We use a laser and cut a hole in the front of the capsule, clean your lens out, put the new lens in there, and it kind of shrink wraps and holds it in place. The back side of that capsule is still intact. That can fibrose over time, and if that happens, it'll fuzz the vision up. That's when we can take a laser called a YAG laser and just clear that off. That's a one-time deal. We just clean that off so you can see straight through again, and that won't come back after that.
Do the lenses expire? Like do
they wear
do they
out?
like wear out, or like is it like, you know?
People, you know, you wonder. I mean, this is going in my eye at 50. Is it going to still be okay when I'm 90? Because we're living longer these days. So you want to...
Sure. I mean, I think I've heard like certain implants, like even like titanium implants or something, they can like maybe wear
knees and
down.
hips.
Like that's from movement, you know, from maybe the body, you know, maybe reacting to certain materials. You know, lenses are made out of different things, usually silicone, PMMA, acrylic, you know. They're pretty inert, which means they don't really react with much, especially inside the body. And also the eye is a very specialized organ. It's immunoprivileged, which means it almost acts separately from the rest of the body and how it reacts to certain things.
It's true. Because I always thought the eye is part of the body, and it is. However, in terms of immune response, your body, we don't have to worry about your body rejecting these lenses or eating at them or anything like that.
Yeah, they're very stable.
And these lenses don't wear out. They're there forever. As long as the rest of the eye stays healthy, your vision's pretty stable.
Yeah.
But don't let it dry out.
Right.
Make sure you still get checked for glaucoma and all that other stuff that can happen. It doesn't get you out of having your eyes checked. Just gets you out of being so dependent on eyewear.
Right. I heard a joke, right? Like, in
No, he's gonna tell a dad joke.
I don't know if maybe it's a dad joke. Is it a joke? Did I say a joke? You know, they said like in 1,000 years when they find our bodies, they're gonna find these little plastic pieces where our eye sockets are. That's how they're not going anywhere.
Yeah, lens won't break down. It'll outlast you.
Yeah.
We'll be there with Wally.
Yeah.
So my last question is like, what's the recovery like? I know it's a little bit different than corneal procedures. So drops, don't touch your eyes. Like, what's the recovery like?
Don't touch your eyes. It's a little more like a cataract surgery recovery. Okay, you're going to use a multi-drop. It's got 3 drugs in one: an antibiotic, a steroid, and a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drop. Use them 4 times a day for a week, then 3 times a day for a week, twice a day, once a day. You just taper it down. And the restrictions are pretty similar. No water in the eye for a week. You're gonna sleep with a shield over your eye at night, not during the day. A lot of folks think they have to wear goggles all day. You don't. We just don't want you rolling over in the middle of the night or waking up in the morning sleepy and rubbing your eyes, something like that. You know what? We talk about eye rubbing. Stop it. And no lifting over 20 pounds for a week. Bending and lifting particularly. Because that raises pressure in the head. We don't want that for the first week. After a week, there are no restrictions. Vision recovery, pretty quick. You know, you're seeing that day, but it's gonna improve over the first week. Vision recovery on an RLE over a cataract surgery is usually fairly quick because we don't have to use as much energy to break up. When a lens is cataractus, right? That's a word.
I like it.
It's harder, so you have to use more energy. So there's more swelling. When it's a clear lens, it breaks up a little easier, and the surgeon can get it out with a little less swelling. So the vision recovery is pretty darn quick.
We are in closing already.
Well, no.
Heckin' speedsters.
What are we doing here? We're in closing? We haven't even drank a whole cup of coffee yet. We haven't talked enough. So that's all we know about RLE. We hope we answered some questions for you. We hope you have a better understanding of what the concept is. If you have any questions about what you heard today, just drop them in the Dropbox. Of course, if you like what you heard, subscribe. Please subscribe. Otherwise, we'll be seeing you next time. I'm Dr. King.
And I'm Dr. Shaw.
Catch you around.